Hey there, it's Professor Paul here, and welcome to how to use VLOOKUP properly. Now, if you go out there and try to use the regular VLOOKUP syntax hints, or if you even use the function, it's a little bit confusing. It was confusing to me the first several times I used it, and just want to help you out, giving you a real life example. So in the first example, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to write a formula using the VLOOKUP function to find the job title of the employee with the ID above. And what I'm talking about is the employee ID above here. So what we're wanting is the employee ID of 14689, which is here assigned to Mary. And we want to be able to return the value that shows that she is a registered nurse. And then in the second example we're going to go through is we are going to write a formula using the VLOOKUP function to find the salary of an employee with the name above. So in this particular case, for the name of Lisa, who Lisa is down here, we want to return her salary as we show right here. So we're going to walk through that. We'll explain kind of the unique scenarios in VLOOKUP and how you can properly get this from this particular table that I have here. You'll be able to pull either of these solutions. And if you don't know the little secrets, it can really just mess you up. So let's go ahead and flip over to our next page and let's get started. So like we said in the first example, we want to write a formula using the VLOOKUP function to find the job title of the employee with the ID above. So ID 14689, who again, that is the employee is married and she's a registered nurse. So you can do this a couple of ways. You can go in here and type equals VLOOKUP, and it will automatically start providing you these values, and it'll even give you the little hints. So the first value that you're going to look up is the lookup value. Then you want the table array, and then the column index number, and then the range lookup, which really that's kind of a I don't know why they use that terminology, but it's really confusing. But we'll go through that, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. So in this particular case, we want to find the lookup value. Well, the lookup value we have here is in cell G3, so we just click on that. We hit our comma. We want the table array, so the table array is this complete table. Okay, hit our comma again. And then we want our column index number. So this is a little bit confusing. So when I look at this, what you're wanting is the column in which you want the value returned. So we want this value returned, which is in column D, but it doesn't go by column D for the VLOOKUP. It goes by numbers. So this is column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4. So what we want to do is we want to return column 4. And then finally, for the what they call the range lookup, you can return two values. You can return true, which is an approximate match. And I'm really not sure why you would use that one. Usually you know exactly what you're looking for. We're looking for a value of 14689, and so we want an exact match. So what we're going to type in here is false. And we hit return, and it will show us registered nurse. Now, one of the reasons why we want to use this particular thing here is if we want to say we want to look up the job title for Tom, we can easily just change this to 13613, and boom, we can see that Tom's a plumber. Now, where this really becomes practical is in a very large data set. So in this data set, we can easily see everything that's right there on our screen. But if you had a very large data set, then this would allow you to look through all those things and get the values. All right, for our second example, we are going to look up Lisa, and We want to write a formula using the lookup function to find the salary of the employee with the name above. So with Lisa, all right, we want to find, or we want to return the value of 125,180, or whatever the name is up there. So in this particular case, obviously we're using a first name. Wouldn't it always be practical to use a first name for a lookup? But since we have no duplicate first names in this data set that we're aware of, then we can do that. Obviously, an employee ID or something is a more valid thing to look up. So in this one, though, let's go ahead and use the function. So if we click the function, we can see one of the things that first comes up is VLOOKUP. And we have the same thing. So we want to the lookup value. So if I click into here and then click, here's the lookup value. So it automatically shows us it's looking in G9. The table array. So the table array, again, is this table. But here's the little caveat with VLOOKUP. So this is one of the most important things to know. The value that you're looking up, in this case, the name, has to be the first column in your data, in your table array that you're looking at. So if we were to select this whole column and this whole table like we did in the first time and say, look for Lisa, it wouldn't only look employee ID. So for this example, we have to only choose columns 2 through 2, 3, and 4, right? And then it wants the column index. Well, with that, hold on there, let me reset that. For this example now, it's these 3 columns that become 1, 2, and 3. So just note that the value that you're looking up has to be in the furthest left or the first column that you've selected out of your array. All right, so let's go back in. It's going to make it start all over. So the lookup value again is Lisa, G9. The table now is going to be these 3, which technically we don't even need the third one. We could just pick these 2 since they're right next to each other. The column index we want now is 2. And then again, this is going to be false. And you see it returns 125. So if we were to say now let's return say Cody's salary, we return the 64,000. All right, so I hope that helps. If you guys have any other questions, if you need help with anything else, I am here to help you. Leave your comments down below. If there's a particular problem you have, leave that down below. And future ones will be going through conditional if and how to calculate a fiscal year if all you have is a date. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments, like, subscribe, and until next time, this is your professor, Professor Paul, and we'll see you.